Not only am I on time, I am prompt, I am early. So is B. B was waiting on me at the door. I'm gonna go ahead and do the intro right now before we get some peeps in here. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Now We've Said It Live. Ooh, y'all, I hope y'all watch the episode because it is juicy. Hey, Silky. Hey, Kia. How y'all doing? Y'all all right? Hey, y'all. I have a special guest tonight. Everybody up in the late night. Okay, let me just send out a thing on my Instagram. No, Silky, really? Girl. Yes, thank you, Kia. Ooh, Silky. Woo. Oh my gosh, people are already starting with the memes. Okay, I gotta get off of here. Let me just do a little promo because let me just send this out to everybody. Oh, 8:30. Hey, Stacy. Stacy, girl. All right, y'all, my bad. I'm just doing a little promo. Hey, B.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hold on, I can't hear you. Let me turn up.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? I'm just going to keep saying it until you can hear me. Can you hear me now? Testing, 1 2. 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Y'all, I'm so excited. It was okay. There was a lot of drama in the very beginning, at the very end. Yeah, it's 11:30 for us. All right. Let me. One more second, y'all. My bad. And we got to make sure B gets her stuff. Can you hear me now, B?
Here. Wait. Okay, let me pull up my thing. Hold on.
Okay. Kia. Yes, I say start Potomac and watch Insecure, what we talked about. Potomac and Insecure. All right, cute. Cool, cute. All right, we're just gonna wait for B to get back in here and then we're gonna get this thing started. Y'all, I got some wine on deck. A little bit of wine. Oh my gosh. Hey, Deanna. Deanna, did you watch the episode? Okay, B is back. Hey, B. Can you hear me now?
I can't hear you on my end. Hold on. Technical difficulties.
Can you hear me now? Let me know. It might be my microphone. I might need to unplug my microphone. Yes, hey.
Okay. I'm going to come back in, but I'm going to come back in on my phone because my laptop's acting crazy.
Let me unplug my microphone. It might be me too. Can y'all still hear me?
Back in on my phone. My laptop is acting stupid.
I unplugged my microphone, so now I'm using my laptop now. Okay. Is this better?
Yeah, okay, I can hear you now.
Okay. All right, do you want me to take the other one off, the other one that you're on?
Yeah.
Okay, let me take that one out. All right. Oh, thank you, Deanna girl. Okay, y'all. So let's get this started. So I have a special guest, Bee Stokes Styling. B, let everybody know where they can find you all over the internet. List all your socials.
It's Bee Stokes Styling. You can find me here on the YouTube at Bee Stokes Styling, Instagram, same thing, Facebook, same thing, and Twitter, Bee Styling.
Yes, I will also put all that information in the description box, so y'all make sure y'all follow B. We have a lot of the same opinions when it comes to these shows, so I just had to get her on here so we can talk Potomac. So
Yes, but we don't be always on
I know, and I'm very interested to talk about this episode with you because I'm hoping we have the same opinions, but I'm not too sure. So let's get right into it. So the episode. This is season 5, episode 9, and it is called The Tipping Point. So we pick right up where we left off, which is right in the middle of the fight. So what they show, basically, what I saw, now I went back and I watched the fight like 3 times. So I think I have a pretty good account.
Me too. Me and my daddy was sitting here rewinding. I was all on the screen. Yes.
Okay. I had to go back because honestly, I didn't see some things that I saw the first time. So what I saw the first time, it just looked like Monique pulled her hair and then there was like a little bit of tussling. But when I went back and watched it the second time, it showed Monique pulling her hair and then Candiace throwing the wine glass in her face and then like trying to fight her with the broken wine glass.
Yes, that was like, who did that? What show was it? Oh, what show was it? I'm trying to remember where she was swinging the wine glass, wasn't hitting nothing. Give me a second, I'm going to think.
Okay, yeah, because I don't know. Hey, Coco.
Hey, Coco. Hey, Lexi here. Hey, Regina's mom and Deanna. I'm sorry. I'm just now looking at the comments. Hey, everybody.
So then while they're fighting, we get producers interrupting. You have producer Eric and then the other dude, producer, the one that's always with James. That's the one. James is the same producer that was involved with Ashley and Michael in the last episode. So he's clearly very much involved in all the tea. James, producer James.
Yes. James been in and out. James need a credit on the end, honey. James need to be a cast member. He need to hold what do they hold? Diamonds? Wine glasses?
Hold in Potomac. Anybody know what they hold up in Potomac? I actually don't. Actually, let me look at my I don't know, child. So yeah,
I think it's wine glasses.
Wine glasses. Okay, I think that's like the default. I think a couple of seasons hold up wine glasses. And then like I'm telling y'all, Monique had a grip on Candiace's wig. They could not get off of her.
When they zoomed in on the kerfuffle, all you saw was Monique's nails wrapped up and ringed around her hair. It was, you saw bling in hair. That's it.
She had a kung fu grip on her hair, like, and they couldn't even get her. Everybody's yelling, Monique, let go, Monique, let go. And she just would not let go of her hair. I wonder how long.
I know this isn't right, but it tickled me while I was watching Monique's face. And I was like, nope. Mm-mm.
Yeah, she's like,
hold up.
No.
It shouldn't tickle me the way it did, but it did tickle me. I'm not gonna lie.
It was a sight to see. So Rajira's mom just said that James is on Tamar's show. Really? Okay, producer James is working. Mm-hmm. I didn't know that. I don't watch Tamar's show, so I don't know.
I watch it. I definitely watch it.
Ashley was in the bathroom the whole time. She missed the whole fight. Ashley came back.
No. Would you not be mad if you were Ashley?
I would be so mad because that was a good one. But also at the same time, Ashley might be thankful that she wasn't in the middle because, she has her issues with Candiace and Monique. So maybe she was like grateful that she wasn't in the middle of that.
No, I'm going to be like, how y'all get into a kerfuffle this thing? I told y'all I had to pee. Okay. I just told that meant, hold on, I'll be right back. Don't do nothing till I get back. That's what that means.
Exactly. She did announce she had to go pee. She was in the bathroom for a minute because when she came out, everything was a mess. She was like, I felt the building shaking, and she was like, what's going on? And then Monique had a cut on the inside of her mouth, which is apparently, obviously from the wine glass.
Right. So when I was looking at it, what I saw was that, okay, it got a little heated, but Monique did not completely flip until the wine was thrown into her face. You can tell once her face got wet. Don't be making faces. Once her face got wet, you could tell that's when she just like, it was like a flip. It was already getting heated then.
Yes.
By this time, she had already started snatching her. But once the wine glass got into her face, that's when there was no getting her off of her. That's when she was just like a dog with a bone.
Okay, so here's my question. So do you think she would have been so aggressive had the wine not been thrown? Because it looked like she was headed that way no matter what happened.
No, I think I'm not saying that she wasn't headed that way. It was inevitable to come, but it was like an instant. As soon as like the water hit her or the wine hit her face,
Yeah.
it was just like psycho eyes.
Girl, speaking of, so then they finally get her off of her. Candiace's hair is a mess. She's
Hot mess.
crazy. And so they pull her off and they get her away in a separate room. And Karen kind of goes over to check on Monique, but she can't get in because producer James is holding the door shut. He's not letting her, come out the door because y'all, Monique was on a mission. She was really trying to.
She was going to get Candiace.
Yeah,
she
was seeing red. And then, okay, here's my thing. Here's my other comment. Why do I like Robin? What's happening?
Oh, Lord.
Robin said, she said, something is wrong with me. She's like, she got a problem. Robin has been watching Monique since the lake house. I'm telling you, Robin has had her eye on Monique, and I'm noticing that about Robin, and Robin is starting to speak a lot of truth lately. I'm
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm going to agree with Rajira's mom here in the chat. Rajira said Gizelle and Robin were too extra, and they got on my nerves, and I will agree.
They didn't do anything.
You know what? Maybe it's just because they make my ass itch off of real. Maybe that's why. Maybe just because I don't really care for them. But I felt like I didn't like them in the scene, and I stand by it.
I did like them in the scene. Now, I do understand how y'all feel, they gang up and they try to do this and that. But I feel like the things they were saying were accurate. Robin says Monique has a problem. Gizelle was just kind of like,
I just don't think that it's fair to be like, oh, Monique is the only one with a problem when Candiace sat there for X amount of time. Like, well, what you gonna do? Drag me? No, she didn't just get there by herself. Candiace was very much so a part of that with her. So I don't think that it's fair to demonize Monique in by herself.
I agree. Candiace was definitely antagonizing her, going. But when you get physical, the person that gets physical first, it's like, okay, I mean, I understand though, sometimes you get pushed to the point, and Candiace does seem to be that person that can push you to the point of wanting to punch her in the face because she just goes on and on and on, and it is very hard to combat or go up against a yelling Candiace. She kind of repeats herself. She's doing all this twirling theatricals, and I can understand what drove Monique to that point, but it's like, you can't put your hands on people, especially this is a second Black franchise, and they are trying to uphold a certain image and try to be like, not trying to be typical Black people fighting on TV, aka Love and Hip Hop. They're trying to rise above, and it's very hard. It's just that's not the right look.
I agree. Last by Kia said, so she's like Kenya. It was just like Kenya and Portia. It really, really was.
Yeah.
I felt like Candiace was very much so provoking, and you, at the end of the day, you have a girl who has hood in her back pocket, and you can't keep pushing it.
It's very true. She did get up in her face. Candiace did like get very close to Monique. Like, that's threatening also. If you're in my reach, I can just pull your wig like that. You too close, baby. You're too close.
I just feel like, while I think that the whole thing was a bit much, and I ain't saying that Monique was right. What I'm saying is I understand where Monique was coming from.
Me too. I can see that too. Absolutely. I can see that happening to me too. Somebody being so aggravating that you just want to go
snap for one good time. Snap.
What?
Just a little snap.
Okay. I can definitely see that. And then so producer Eric is trying to get Candiace in the car, and like when you are like very heated, she's like, why I gotta leave? Why do I have to leave? It's like, girl, just get in the car and go home. She's like, I'm fine. They showed
It was trying to save her life because Monique was finna come around that corner.
Monique goes around producer James because he's blocking the door. She's like, okay, I'm just gonna go this way. She goes down the stairs, like the back doorway, and starts running, making a beeline for Candiace in the car, and they have to block her again. And so I'm assuming the car just makes them like drive off because
now that was what you call a love and hip hop moment. That looked real love and hip hop.
Very much so.
And I'm here for it. I'm sorry.
Don't buck if you ain't trying to get popped.
Exactly.
I mean, you know, true tea, but y'all know it's a different thing. Y'all there on TV, and it's very difficult. Stacey said Candiace was like that at the farm last year too. She was, and that's Candiace's MO. She loves to just be very annoying. I remember what they put her in, next to like a squirrel or a chipmunk earlier this season. It's very accurate.
And I think that's the thing. I think that there's a lot of built up like resentment and animosity between Candiace and Monique. Monique already let you know I'm not the one to sit up here and fool la la and play with. She did that last year at the farm. Only reason why Monique didn't touch her last year was because she was pregnant.
Very true. Very true. So then they are, you have Candiace calling Chris, her husband, in the car, and she's explaining everything that happened. She just said she's embarrassed for Black women. She didn't want to look ghetto and like a hood rat. And Monique is still going on about how they shouldn't let Candiace around her because she's going to beat her ass.
So I will say that when Candiace was in the car ride talking to Chris, I did feel a little sorry for her because I don't think that she really thought that it was going to get to that point. I don't think that she was expecting that, and she just does not strike me as the type of person that gets into physical altercations.
No. See, Candiace comes from two very different places. Candiace is more upper class. Monique is more, you know, from the hood and stuff, much like myself. So there's a certain way you talk to people, and Candiace, like you said, she probably is not used to having people be aggressive like that because that's not where she's from. See, they're like two totally different people.
Right. And so even though I think that Candiace did ask for that dragation, I don't think that she really thought that that was what was going to happen. And so it shocked her, and it really did hurt her feelings.
Right. So Kia says, but at the same time, you can't act crazy with everyone. You don't know people's buttons and what triggers them. Exactly.
That is true.
Monique was trying to get it. When Monique was trying to get it, oh, she absolutely was. She was not listening to anybody. She was trying to get at her.
Monique said, okay, James, don't worry about it. I'm going to go around your butt.
Go this way. I'm going to take this way.
And then my thing was, too, what made Monique even madder and was ready to go around the back way was because Candiace was still talking junk.
Yes, she was.
So it's like, oh, don't worry about it. I'm gonna meet you. I'm gonna meet you at the front door. I've been waiting for you at the door.
She was at the table. He says, then you have Ashley. She's so confused. It's just so funny watching her. She's like, well, what happened? And then she says that Monique told her that the fight started because Candiace threw a glass in her face. And that is an absolute lie. Candiace didn't throw the glass. She kind of threw the wine and then it broke. And then she was kind of trying to hit her, but that was after.
By that time, Monique done got 3 good bops on the top of her wig.
Yeah. She got a few bops. I'm just gonna read some of the comments real quick. Denise, Deanna says Team Candiace, but she didn't see the episode yet. Soki says Candiace talks crazy to your mom. People in the streets are not with that. Talk crazy to your mom. Her mom don't have it either. Her mom hit her upside the head with a purse. Rajira's mom says you can't run your mouth and you can't back it up. What you're saying is that's a no-no. Yeah, Monique has been a mess. I need to watch so I can pick a side. Yes, where I'm from, you talk ish, you better be able to back it up. Very true. Yeah, very true. It's very difficult because these women are trying to uphold a certain image. So it's like, I know us right here in regular life might handle things the way Monique did, but they're on TV and they're trying to have a more positive image for Black women. So it's kind of like, don't be doing that. But again, I understand what drove Monique to do that. I really do.
And that's the whole thing now. At some point, you're going to push the wrong person the wrong way. That's just what it is. I'm surprised at this Monique. I was going to say something, but you know what y'all say. I be Gizelle bashing, so I'm going to hold my tongue.
Gosh. All right. So then you have Monique calling her husband, Chris, and she's explaining everything to him. She again said that the glass came to her first, and then she started hitting Candiace, which again is a lie. Chris says this is embarrassing, and Monique says, for who? He took a pause, and he said, for everybody. In my head, I feel like he's like, I know my wife was out there acting up. I feel like he knew, like in his...
He knew what it was.
And then he says that Candiace eggs people on, which she does. And then Chris he actually did sound very disappointed on the phone. He's like, we'll talk about it when you get home. He wasn't even trying to hear it on the phone.
Because at that point, he already knew that Monique was up here and she put the pause on it. And he just didn't want to continue the conversation on camera. He was like, you know what, let's just discuss it at home.
Because here's the thing. Chris knows his wife. And then he also knows Candiace. And you know Candiace is a lot of talk, but she really can't, like they were saying, she's not one to really back it up. So he probably knows in his head his wife put the hands on her first. Right. Deanna asks, has everyone here been in a fight before? I've been in fights when I was younger, but I was defending my brother. People were trying to pick on my brother because he was gay, so I was trying to stand up for my brother. So I fought some boys a couple of times.
I have not.
You have not?
I have not. And I also know not to run my mouth because I know my capabilities.
So I've never been in a fight as an adult, and I don't plan on doing that. I'm not that kind of a person.
Yeah, I don't count like sisters, and because they don't count. But
yeah.
Real life.
Right. Yeah, everybody basically saying you better talk, you can better talk the talk and walk the walk. Monique gets on my nerves, but it sounds like she was not with the ish. He also knew not to egg her on. I know
you have Thug Silky.
You said what?
Yeah, I know you have Thug Silky.
Oh my God. Listen, Silky's a thug, okay?
Gangsta Boo Silky.
Okay. That's what you nickname Gangsta Boo. And then Karen starts crying. Well, I don't know if she lost her voice or if she was crying. It sounded like a combination of the two. Because she was trying to just tell everybody, like, she was saying how disappointed she was, and it sounded like she was crying a little bit, but then she also kind of lost her voice. So then we go to the morning after the fight, and Wendy is preparing for her correspondent gig. She's talking about the reason she likes being such, the reason she likes doing these jobs and these gigs is to speak up for people that don't have a seat at the table. And then she says, but this is why we don't get a seat at the table, because of behavior that happened the night before.
I just want to make it clear that I don't want to hear that from Wendy, because you had got riled up with Ashley 2 episodes ago, and you could have just as easily been in that type of situation. So let's not.
Absolutely. And then you have Gizelle and her girls getting ready to fly to Atlanta to see Jamal and the restaurant. And Robin says, she calls Robin, and Robin says that she was looking at Monique's eyes while she was pulling Candiace's hair, and she saw the devil.
I mean, that's very well true. Monique did say that she blacked out.
Yeah.
So, it's very well true.
Robin says she saw the devil.
Very well true. Hey, once you win a fight, you don't know who you're going to come up against.
Very true. And then you have Candiace talking to her, Chris. He's taking care of her, making her some tea. She said her forehead hurts. She's like, when she raises her eyebrows, she can feel the pressure. He says, do you need to go to a doctor? She says she doesn't think she's concussed, but if she feels worse, she'll go to the doctor.
That's because Monique, first of all, can we talk about how secure that wig was?
Baby, the wig was hella secure because Monique was...
What glue was that, honey? She had the bowl hole, she had the ghost bond, she had all of them at the same time.
What kind of glue was that? Yes, like that wig was... Baby, that wig was on that scalp. It wasn't lifted at all.
She should get an endorsement. She should reach out and work on an endorsement.
Probably will. I would not be surprised if you see her endorsing some sort of wig glue or something. I mean, she might as well make a few coins off of it.
All I'm saying is, see, that's how you know I'm not in that realm and I don't be in a fight because I don't glue down that area wig, honey. She would have snatched at me and it'd have been in her hands. I'd have been free.
You would have been clocked immediately.
Immediately. You'd have seen the Cleo braids and everything, but I wouldn't have been snatched up.
I don't even know how to work wigs like that, but whatever she did was some hoodoo magic because that wig was stuck. Not even a piece was lifted, not an air tab, no, not.
It was. They had that thing secured. I was all right with that. That's the only thing I could think about when she came up.
Right, Coco. The wig was ready for the fight. Candiace, not so much. Rogier's mom said Sick was like red rum. She had the Jesus bond on the mainland.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, that was some hella glue. And then she says that, you know, the more she thinks about Monique and their situation, the less she wants to be around her. And it's true because this whole time, even from last season, they had seemed to have made up, and then the drama with the Cherie situation, it seems like they just keep struggling to find some common ground with their friendship, and Monique can't let go. And Candiace has apologized multiple times.
Okay. So I rewind it because I knew you were going to bring up the apology.
Okay.
They showed the package. I only saw one apology.
But then she apologized. She said when she says multiple apologies, she means she apologized about that. She apologized about the Charisse thing, and she apologized about the private conversation with the Gizelle.
No. They showed that package. I only saw one apology. She apologized about the Charisse thing. Now, the second apology, when you say, I apologize if you feel like we separate ourselves, that's not a genuine apology. That's not an apology. You can't apologize for how I feel. You can apologize for your actions. You can apologize for what you did. But to apologize for how you think I felt is not a genuine apology.
I agree. Also, she shouldn't have apologized for that, in my opinion.
No, because if you're going to have that type of apology, to me, you might as well keep it.
I agree. Okay, so two apologies. Two valid apologies. And have you ever seen Monique say sorry about anything?
No, I ain't seen it. But you know what? I respect that. If you ain't sorry, don't apologize.
I agree. She apologized for the Amistad thing. Monique said the Amistad thing?
Oh my God, I forgot about that. Amistad.
I can't remember who said that Amistad. Candiace said the Amistad thing, right?
Yes. That was in New Orleans last year, right?
Yeah.
I can't remember what. I can't remember.
Somebody was making fun of Katie.
Right. Monique was making fun of Katie, and Candiace brought it back and made it more than what it was. Was that how that went?
I can't even really remember. If anybody knows about Coco, if you remember what really happened with that Amistad thing, because when I was doing my rewatch, I think I might have skipped that episode.
I forgot.
I forgot too. I can't remember who mentioned the Amistad thing.
I think it was Monique that said the Amistad thing, and then Candiace brought it back and put 10 on it.
Okay. Yeah, you got okay. I'm gonna move on because these comments are getting me extremely sidetracked. I'm gonna read a few comments just to catch up real quickly. Deanna doesn't like Monique. Monique called her Amistad, I believe. Candiace told Gizelle about Monique saying the Amistad thing. Okay. Candiace told Gizelle. Okay. Here's the thing. I don't like anybody. What I've learned from number one watching Housewives since the beginning of time is that you are going to like a housewife 1 second and you are going to hate a housewife the next second. That's just how the show goes. I only claim to have a favorite every now and then. Like I said, Karen is my favorite for now. I like Candiace for now. I really liked Monique last season, but this season I really do not like Monique. So, I change and blow with the wind like everybody else. So I judge them off their current behavior. It's hard to pick a favorite housewife because they all
I have who my favorites are.
Please.
And even if you're wrong, you can still be my favorite.
Who are your favorites?
So for Potomac,
who's your favorite housewife overall?
oh my God, no, I don't have an overall. Overall is very hard.
Okay.
Overall is very hard. But my favorites are Monique, Candy,
I like Candy.
Lisa Vanderpump. I know, I don't care.
You know what?
Portia. What?
I thought we was cool.
I know no one like Lisa Vanderpump, and I do not care. I love me some Lisa Vanderpump. That is my spirit animal. I'm sorry. When I roll up to Villa Rosa and see a swan and miniature horses in the back, I don't care what you do. You do no wrong in my eyes. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to go back and watch Beverly Hills again and look at it.
I didn't start it until like 3 seasons ago. So I don't know all this backstory that everybody's talking about. I don't know it.
Lisa Vanderpump is manipulative. She is plotting and scheming and planning. She's only out for herself. She plots stories to the tabloids and then act like she doesn't. I'm not gonna say brainwashes. She gets other cast members to do her dirty work so she can look innocent. I don't like people like that. Vanderpump is a mess, and y'all need to go back and watch it again and just like do fresh eyes. I can't even get started on Lisa Vanderpump. Oh my!
We'll have to do another one on that. I'll have to go back and do a rewatch. But as of right now, I don't care. I love me some Vanderpump because she is my spirit animal, and I aspire to be that level of rich. I'm sorry, not rich. I aspire to be that level of wealthy.
Going broke? She's broke. Did you hear that?
Excuse me. Who? What? Doing who? What? When? Where? How?
She's broke. I'm gonna send you the articles.
Okay, send me the articles because I don't know nothing about that. There, I don't know. Send me the articles. I need the paper. Send me the receipt.
Sis is broke. It's a front. The lies. The lies.
Send me the receipt. I need to see them.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so quickly, let me read a few comments. Coco says Monique shouldn't have said that because she clearly didn't see the movie Amistad, period. Asia irked me with that lie. B loves phony Monique. B likes everyone I don't except Portia. Oh, B likes everyone I don't except Portia. I like Candy and Portia too. Never disliked Portia. How can you hate Portia? I never hated Portia either. She was just a bit dumb in the beginning.
Portia was never like Portia really like turned the corner for me here recently. Like in the beginning, I could take her or leave her. But maybe like the last 2-3 seasons, like Portia is just so funny. She's so funny.
Yes. She's very funny. Like
I think when she came up and talking about Queen of Scotlandia, like she won me over.
On another level of funny. I don't think people really appreciate Portia's funniness. I mean, I do, you do, but people really need to like Portia is funny.
Yeah.
Silky says she likes Vanderpump. Oh, Coco says she likes Vanderpump. Boo. Kia says I can see that Deanna Portia is unproblematic. Okay, getting ready to come on here with the West. Okay, yeah, you watch it, Silky. Please let us know how you feel about it. I would love to know your thoughts after you actually watch the episode. Deanna says, how is she broke? Basically, what I'm hearing is number one, I believe Pump closed down. It didn't survive the COVID situation. And then there's a lot of other stuff coming out about how all of her other businesses are failing and she's just, the money just isn't there like we think it is. When I say broke, I don't mean like she's scraping pennies. It's just she doesn't have as much money as she's
putting on.
Like that. I'm pretty sure I wouldn't be surprised if Villa Rosa closes down. Oh, Villa Blanca. I won't be surprised if Villa Blanca closes down. And like, I don't know if y'all remember this, but when COVID first happened, Lisa didn't do anything to help her employees. Like the boys at Tom Tom did, they did cameos for everybody and they raised $50,000 for their employees. Yeah, Lisa didn't do anything for her employees.
Yeah, I remember that. I do remember that.
Oh, I'll bring the receipts, Coco. In that big all those restaurants. I love Portia. She is hilarious. She was dumb at the beginning. The Underground Railroad. Oh my gosh, we will never.
But you know what? Just. I know we also did, but while we're talking about Portia real quick, I do think that it's really nice to see her come well, not full circle because full circle means she's back at the beginning, but do a 180 and go from making these underground real world comments to really be uplifting her grandfather's legacy and continuing activism for her child. Like
She is.
she's not the ditzy person that we saw however many seasons ago when she joined the show.
I 100% agree. She is out here on the front line. She is getting arrested. She is doing tons of protests. Portia is really showing up, and it's really nice to see. And it's just, there is more to Portia than we saw in the beginning. And I'm very proud of her for that. And Portia has risen to the top. Portia's in my top 5 favorite housewives. I love Portia.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to the show. Karen has a chef come over to help her prepare a birthday meal for Ray. He asks what's on the menu, and she says Chilean sea bass. Now, this is the second time Karen has brought up Chilean sea bass, and I vibe with her on that level.
I was going to say, have you had some bass? Because, I mean, really.
I love Chilean sea bass. Girl, and now I know why she keeps talking about it, because that's my favorite fish. I love Chilean sea bass. It's expensive, but it is so, so good.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted that sea bass too, girl.
So what did you think about her trying to do this cooking and like inviting the chef and all that stuff? What do you think about that scene overall?
I think that was very sweet of her. You see Karen constantly trying to put on, she constantly is trying to put in work in their relationship. But here's my question for you. First, I want to say this. I respect her for putting in work in the relationship. She's appearing to be trying to pay more attention to Ray, trying to shower him with love and make their relationship work. But my question to you is, do you think that she's doing this only on camera and maybe when the cameras leave, she's not paying attention to him? Or do you think that this is an effort that she's constantly trying to do to help the relationship?
I think that they probably had disconnect since she did start her business. And so she's realizing now that it's time to kind of step things back up and get back on one accord. And I think it just comes in congruence with the filming. I think that she's very genuine about wanting to get her and Ray back together. And I'll give the rest of my thoughts on it at the end.
Okay. Yeah. He basically says he feels neglected, and that's what I was going to say. I don't understand how he feels neglected when it seems like she's constantly showering him with love and attention. So she wants him to go to therapy, and she brings up what happened, at that barnyard wine. I don't know where they were at that wine tasting, but she brings up, what happened, and Ray asks her, who was at fault? And she said both. That's just Karen trying not to get in the middle. We caught the moment live where Karen told Monique that she was on both of their sides and she wants them to make up. So I just feel like she's doubling down on that and just not picking a side at all. And I don't know.
I agree with Karen. They both were wrong. I don't think that any one person is more wrong than the next. And because Karen is both of their friends, she can be, honest and saying, I see fault in you and I see fault in you. I think the difference is with Candiace. Candiace does not know, and we've seen this in previous seasons, Candiace does not know how someone can agree with her and agree with, or agree with her and agree with somebody else at the same time. It's like either all or nothing with Candiace. And Karen is not that type of person.
Yes, I agree with that. So Karen does like me on Thanksgiving. This is how I cook and I help. I'm like, do you want me to put this in the pan? Do you want me to put the sauce on the top? Karen put in as much work into that dinner as I do at Thanksgiving when I feel like I'm trying to help, but I really need to get my ass out the kitchen and just like let the people that are in the kitchen do what they need to do. So they bring out the sea bass, and Ray asked the lady, so what did Karen do? She goes, she put the fish in the pan. I was like, that's me all day.
She got the sear together. You see the sear she did that.
She said, that sear was all Karen. Bitch, I'm dead. Oh, and then Karen brings up the Michael and Ashley situation, and Shady Ray.
Oh, I love Ray in this section.
Ray said, So did y'all get into, asking Michael whether he likes men? Because how did you fall asleep with a woman in your bed, but you like out men?
Come on, Ray. Ray called it out. Let me tell you something. Ray don't see it for Michael, okay? Ray don't see it for Michael. He ain't seen it for Michael in seasons. And last reunion, he let that be known. And I like that energy. Keep the same energy, Ray. Keep it.
Chris gave it to him too.
Tell me.
Candiace's Chris gave it to him too at the reunion.
Ray said, you can say all you want. I don't care if he caught in the room with 15 girls. Where the nigga at?
The sausage.
Look.
Ray,
we all know what sausage was he talking about. We all know it was one.
Absolutely. Dang. I had a comment about. Okay, wait, that's later in the episode. Never mind. Oh, by the way, did anybody see Karen's tweet? I posted it on my Instagram for both channels where Karen said, pay very close attention to tonight. What do you think she was talking about?
I don't know. I missed that.
She put out a tweet and she just said, pay very close attention to tonight's episode. I was like, Karen, come on, drop the tea.
Don't give me this cryptic stuff. Don't pull a Nene. Just say what you mean, okay? Just say it.
Say it with your chest. All right, I'm going to quickly read a few more comments. Oh my God. Y'all bringing up Juan. Okay. Deanna says she's never had Chilean sea bass. Girl, you haven't lived until you've had some Chilean sea bass.
Not lived, honey. You have not had fish. You have not had the seafood.
It'll change your life.
I'm hungry now. Stop that.
Rogier's mom said, Karen had me rolling trying to cook. She made the plate pretty. Poor Karen. Ray seems so cold this season. I agree with that.
He does. Okay, so I was literally talking with my stepmama about this. And I think what it is, and someone said it in the chat, I missed who said it, but I honestly think that the age difference is showing up.
I agree.
And he is, first of all, older men get a little bit more surly. They get a little bit more short. And I think he's just in that space where he's getting a little bit more short and, he wants things in a routine, how he likes it, how he wants it. And Karen is still out here dipping in and doing it and wanting to be out here with these young women. And I think that's just really showing up. Do I think that they are like doomed in their relationship or anything like that? No. But I definitely do think that there is a big enough disconnect that it's a genuine disconnect. I've heard people say that they think that it's fake. I think it's a genuine disconnect for real, but it's not enough to end their marriage.
I agree. And like I said in a previous episode, echoing what you said, I just think Ray is used to things being a certain way, and I don't think he likes having his woman take care of him financially, and I don't think he likes seeing Karen be so independent, number one, from the show and getting all this attention from the show and money. I think he has a problem with that, with her being, I guess you could kind of say, the breadwinner nowadays in their relationship. So Coco says she agrees with Karen. Rogier's mom says, I just think the age difference is coming through, older, and he's more needy. He's ready to be in bed by 7. And Karen is like, I'm not going to bed. Okay. After nightcap. Exactly. No one likes boring Juan. We haven't, and I know y'all noticed this, we haven't seen Juan in quite a few episodes because he is that boring. That's why we haven't seen Juan. He's irrelevant. Ray was like, he admitted that he liked men, keep that energy. How old are they? Karen's in her 50s and Ray's in his 70s. Real grumpy, not grumpy Deanna. He's like, where's my slippers? Right, Stacy? Like the one night he went to bed during the party. Yes, exactly. All right, let me bring B back on. Can you hear me, B? Uh-oh, y'all. Hold on. We got some technical difficulties here. Hold on, y'all. Oh, my bad. I didn't want to do that. Okay, Coco. Okay, so Coco's comment says, well, maybe Robin will go too because they're boring. Robin is proven to be able to put in some tea. Can you hear me, B? You gonna let B holla if you hear me? Okay, yeah. I don't want Robin to leave because, like, I think in the past 2 or 3 episodes, but like I said, she needs to be a friend of. She's giving me very much friend of energy. And I don't like it. I mean, I do like it. I like her as a friend of. That's it. You there? She married older. He was financially secure, and well, and yeah, when they got married, I believe she was in her 30s and he was in his 50s, and she even said, she was a fine young thing. They were having a lot of fun in the beginning, and now she's 50 and he's 70, and it's not matching up. Robin is a very good instigator. Her and Gizelle together, but again, she's not giving enough. As an instigator, she needs to give more. B, test. Hello. Oh, okay. You here? Uh-oh, y'all. I hope we didn't lose B. She married for that check. I actually don't know. They seem to have genuine, like B was saying, I think they have genuine love. I just think that she was, the hot young commodity when they first got together, and, those things are changing. Can you hear me, B? Robin is starting to be the bone collector, but the delivery is blah. Oh, girl, you perfect. What, my bad. That is perfect. Perfectly said. Because Robin is blah. Deanna says, I do feel like Karen actually loves Ray. Unlike Ashley and Michael, girl, I cannot wait to talk about them. Deanna, I know you haven't seen the episode, but girl, wait until we get on this Ashley and Michael scene. You are going to lose it. Ashley is securing the bag. Again, she only needed one baby to do that. She only needed one baby. She only needed one baby to secure that bag, y'all. We'll talk about that, though, in a few minutes here. I'm going to give B a few more seconds. I'm going to read some more comments. She was like, for my protection, she ain't dumb. Girl, she by Sheree, I'm dead. Spring, summer. She said spring. Where the joggers, sis? She by Sheree. I know. I'm waiting for you. I'm being so patient. I'm just, vibing here. I'm going to talk about another boring scene. Let me see. This is a boring scene. We'll just talk about the next scene because it's lame. The girls arrive in Atlanta. They're there to visit Jamal and see the new restaurant. Yes, honey, she by Sheree. I am dead. And y'all, well, dang, now I don't need B to be here. Okay, I'm going to wait. But I'm going to ask you guys here in the comments. So the girls and Gizelle arrive in Atlanta to be with Jamal and see the new restaurant and stuff, but they stay in a hotel. How do y'all feel about Gizelle supposedly being back with her ex-husband with the girls and stuff, but not wanting to be under the same roof? How do y'all feel about them getting a hotel room? Robin truly is the bone collector. The spring joggers comment will absolutely forever be funny. Jamal, y'all, I think he's an actor. B says she liked that they stayed in a hotel. Oh, interesting. Okay. I am I'm on the fence about the hotel situation. I guess it's being respectful. It's definitely being respectful to the girls. I think it's definitely being respectful to the girls. Okay, I guess it's fine because they're trying to make it work, and I'm assuming Gizelle doesn't want to be staying under the same roof because that would be like super, super serious. He's actor. He's an actor, honey. Y'all know I don't trust preachers, so I don't like nothing about Jamal. Those kids don't like that man. Kia, they don't like their dad. And that's the thing about it. Okay, so I'm going to break this down to Kia since she hasn't watched Potomac yet. So Jamal cheated on Gizelle a lot throughout their marriage, and they had been separated for 12 years. And then they recently got back together I'm assuming about last year sometime. So the girls definitely didn't like that. And the girls had a problem with that because they've heard about their mom talking plenty of ish. Y'all know how it is. I have separated parents, divorced parents, and I've heard plenty of things that my mom said about my dad, and I heard plenty of things that my dad said about my mom. So just imagine being a kid and hearing that growing up for 12 years, and then all of a sudden you see your mom back with this man that she kind of, I don't want to say brought you up to hate, but brought you up to not really trust because he hurt your mom so much. So for them to be back together is very questionable. Not the turtleneck, honey. Stacy said, no man with the turtlenecks. He can't dress. What do he be wearing? B says she doesn't trust him. Most kids want their parents together no matter what happened between the parents. I don't know if you've seen your parents go through a lot. Like I saw my mom go through a lot with my dad. I would never want my mom to get back with my dad. Never. Never. Gizelle and Jamal might be a match. They both can't dress. They're a match in style. They're a match in style. Absolutely. Ooh, maybe that's how they got together. They saw the tackiness within each other. She seemed very bitter in the first season. Absolutely. Kia's comment says, I watched the first season. I remember she seemed kind of bitter. She seemed very bitter. She didn't want to be around him. She wasn't too bitter, though. She just kind of made it seem like she moved on because at that point, they had already been divorced for so many years. So that's why I'm shocked she's giving him a chance. Me too. I need to know more. I need to know more. I need to know more about how did it come about, their reconciliation. I need more answers to the Gizelle and Jamal situation. I really want to know, why are y'all back together? What's going on? Oh, yeah, we get into that, Stacey. We are getting to that. I'm going to keep going, and then we'll bring Bee back in when I see her come back up. So then we get a scene, Mr. Chocolate. Oh, there's Bee. Hello?
Hey,
okay, I hear you.
Okay, I'm sorry.
All right, perfect.
What's going on right here?
Okay, so why do you think it was a good idea about the hotel room?
Okay, I think it was a good idea because the girls are clearly uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And so to be respectful and to kind of integrate them back into this situation that they're trying to have, I think that it was a good idea for them to not stay in the same place with him. Also, we all know that this is a storyline. I'm sorry. This is a storyline.
Really?
I don't think it's genuine. I'm sorry. I don't.
Okay, here's why I can believe it is because, okay, I feel so bad talking so badly about Gizelle, but she seemed thirsty for love.
Okay.
So remember the Sherman situation. She was all over him.
Yes, we remember Sherman.
And he didn't want her. And then that other dude that was all over her, she didn't want him because he seemed too clingy. So now Jamal's giving that same, I love you, but I'm not really, she's kind of like chasing after that. And I feel like that might be genuine because, I mean, it'll be a storyline too because it was all about that.
I'm sorry. I know. But I think that it is a storyline. Sorry. I think that, yes, we know that Gizelle wants love and all of this kind of stuff. But the fact that she is, when Gizelle has been in love in the past, she has made sure to shout it from the rooftops and make sure that he's included and all of this kind of thing. We're not seeing Jamal. Now, it could just be because she's being cautious because of what's happened in the past.
Or
Or
she's embarrassed.
yeah, but you know what I'm saying? If you're on this reality show and you done went back to this man that you done dogged out for 3 seasons, you better come in here and double down and be up on it. You
Period.
know?
Period.
So I don't necessarily believe it like that. And apparently I'm not the only one. But I'm gonna wait.
Okay. 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 So Kia says Gizelle is so beautiful. That's crazy. But Kia, I think we talked about this on somebody else's live. She is so beautiful, so beautiful. So maybe she hadn't had to do a lot of work in the past to be having much substance to her. I'm not saying Giselle doesn't have substance because she's extremely well educated and all that other kind of stuff. But when it comes to being in a relationship, you also have to provide more than just your pretty face.
Mm-hmm.
So I just feel like there's something lacking with her when it comes to relationships that maybe in the past all she had to have was her beautiful looks. She is like I said this a million times. I think Gizelle is like one of the most beautiful people I think I've ever seen in my life. So there's a lot to say about that. Like, what does she actually really bring as far as providing for, having the men want to, be with her for a long time,
But I do, like I said, I do like that she did recognize that her daughters were uncomfortable, and she took that into consideration and got a hotel room. Also, I also like that she got a hotel room too because this is the pastor. Now, you are supposed to be held to a standard.
Very true.
And so you do not need to have this person who, even though she was your past wife, she's in, and I mean, technically, in the eyes of the Lord, she's, well, no, I was going to say in the eyes of the Lord, she's still his wife, but technically that's not true because he cheated. So then the divorce is, biblically sound. But
Mhm.
anywho, technically, you don't need to have this woman who's not your wife staying in the home and y'all fornicating on the television, even though allegedly he's fornicating in the church house. But I said allegedly.
Allegedly. I need a fan. Very, very true. Very good point. Yes, Gizelle has a new show. It's called Bravo Chat Room. It's her, Portia,
Yes.
Hannah Berner from Summer House, and somebody else. Kate Chastain from Below Deck. So they have a new show called Bravo Chat Room. I have not checked it out yet. I need a link. I don't have cable, y'all. So
Well, I told you better go on here on the YouTube.
I did. I tried to do that last week, and I couldn't find any.
Because probably ain't nobody watching it.
It's new. It is brand new. No, but
I,
when I
well,
put,
I'll get with you after, and I'll get you something. You got a Fire Stick?
yes.
We'll talk.
Okay, period. Because my friend Coco on here sent me a link, but I can only watch it an hour after the episode premiere. So that's why we're on here at 11. Well, it's almost 12:30 now, but you know what I mean. Listen, give me all the hookups. We'll talk. We will talk. Yes. Okay, so then we shoot over to Monique and Chris, and Chris again says he's disappointed because he really likes Candiace and Chris. Monique just keeps saying over and over, Candiace talks crazy and she should have been popped a long time ago.
Okay. I want to get on that scene real quick. All right. Number one, you could tell Chris was not here for it, but he did not want to sit up here and argue with Candiace. I mean, not Candiace. Argue with Monique on camera. And Monique was doubling down. I respect the double down. Even when you're wrong, I respect it. Okay?
You gotta stand by your word.
I said stand by your word. I respect it. But in that whole exchange, I just found it funny how Monique was like, as a athlete, they have a certain image that they have to uphold. But I don't give a damn about the image. I was like, yes, don't give a damn about the image. I'm not gonna lie. As a military wife, there's a certain image that we have to uphold. But I don't give a damn about that image. I'm gonna say what I want to say. I'm gonna feel. I'm gonna feel how I feel. And I also liked that we were watching her do her baby's hair.
Here go thing. Okay, so while she was doing the baby hair, she clearly wasn't paying attention to the baby's hair because like, the water's too cold. And then she was like, She was being rough. The water was too cold. She was probably like washing that hair, like, and then you know what else she said? And then you know, like, probably like,
We all got black mamas. I was here for it. That was real.
thinking everything, period.
My mama be on the phone with Miss Wanda, honey, and talk about a scalp. My scalp ain't stand a chance.
Right. What's the tone of the conversation? Because this depends on how much pressure is about to be put on my scalp.
Okay, yeah. I'm sorry. You know I get sidetracked. Okay, I'm focused.
I know. She was on a whole. I was paying attention. I'm like, the poor baby. Her hair probably tender-headed and everything. Yes. Okay, so then Gizelle meets her dad for breakfast because her dad lives in Atlanta. So she meets her dad for breakfast with the girls, and she eases into the Jamal topic by explaining to the dad that Jamal bought the kids a restaurant, trying to, win favors or whatever.
Daddy wasn't here for it.
Okay, so Gizelle then admits that while she and Jamal were engaged, she even cheated on her then throughout the engagement. Like, you're supposed to be married blissfully, like all about each other during the engagement. He was cheating throughout the engagement, so that led for her father to not show up to their wedding. And then, of course, we know he cheated all throughout the marriage. We didn't know. That's new tea. We didn't know he was cheating throughout the engagement.
That is very much so new tea. And I must have I was in here watching it with my daddy, and me and him was kikiing, so I must have missed that little part. Cause my daddy was looking like, oh, he don't give a damn about that dude, do we? So he was cheating during the engagement.
Yes. Which also means he was probably even cheating before that.
Which means he's been cheating the entire time. Which means he's cheating now. My dad. All I'm gonna say is my daddy say, and this is a man. My daddy say, if somebody show you who they are, if he's a cheater, believe him, he ain't changed.
I agree with your daddy. I agree.
Now that's a shame. That's a sin and a shame there, preacher man.
You still married this man? Crazy. And that again goes to Gizelle. She clearly doesn't have much self-worth. When it comes to relationships, something about Gizelle and relationships is really very interesting to me because I really want to know what's going on with her.
So you know what? And as you say that, it makes me go into my psychology mind. You know, I got a degree in psychology. Mm-hmm. It makes me go into that mind, and it makes me think, what was the relationship between Gizelle and her father? How close were they to the point where this is someone who, overall, generally she would be considered as a very beautiful woman. She would be considered to be top tier, but there's something about the relationships that she gets in that she's picking men that are either emotionally unavailable or cheaters or things like that. So what is it that is causing her to do that? And a lot of times you can find that in her father. She says that they're close now, but do we know their backstory? Do we know how that went down?
Said too much about the episode, and maybe I might have to go back and watch last season when she went to New Orleans to see him. We do know that her parents are divorced.
Mm-hmm.
Something to that, and I gotta go back and maybe she spoke about it during that episode, that New Orleans, those 2 or 3 New Orleans episodes. I might have to go back and watch those to try to get a little bit more information. But from what I remember, she held her dad to an extremely high, and she respects him a lot. So yeah, you're right. There has to be something going on to where she feels like these are the type of men she deserves, or only kind of men she can get. Because remember, the one good guy, which was that guy that liked her,
actually liked her mom, right?
He didn't want it to have anything to do with him, and I was like, why?
It just seems odd to me, especially again looking at her on paper. She seems like a catch of a woman. However, the men that she's getting all seem to be subpar. And then even though they're subpar men, she's putting them on these type of pedestals. Yeah. So it makes me also look at her father like, especially this was someone who he seems to be a smooth type of guy, and he was high up in the civil rights thing. It could be very well possible that he was a little bit philanderish. And, she's just repeating those same things, allegedly. I don't know. I'm just,
You might be right. Because the way I was brought up, I saw a lot of bebopping and scatting, and I avoided that. I didn't
Mm-hmm.
want that for me, so I avoid those types of men. I stay away from those types of men. But there are some women that think like this is how things are supposed to be. The way I saw it through my eyes is I know that this is definitely what I don't want.
Mm-hmm. And that's normally how it is. It's
Yeah.
either one of two ways. Either you completely go against it, or
Mhm.
you use that as modeling.
Very true. Yeah, you're right. We need to look more into her relationship with her dad. That is very interesting. Hey, Tasha, thank you for joining us. We're
Hey,
talking
T Maker. Hey, Tasha.
about, okay, so then we get the Ashley and Michael scene. Let me take a sip.
Okay, I'm gonna take me a sip. You can't see me, but I'm drinking a what is this called, Lord? A cinnamon apple. My daddy made it for me,
Ooh,
which is a which is Fireball and Crown Apple on ice.
okay.
So, Rama, I needed this to get into Ashley, honey,
Okay.
because
So Ashley and Michael, they talk about the drama. Ashley says a sentence that, oh, she's low key thankful that the fight happened because now it takes the attention off of Michael's cheating ass.
right, right, right. Because I mean, honestly, it completely changed the conversation of the night. We came
Absolutely.
in, and you know what? I don't think I said this, and I was, okay. This is why I like watching other people's reviews, because y'all bring things out that I be forgetting about. Someone, I don't remember who it was. I don't know if it was you or somebody else I was watching, but they were like, the fact that she even brought up that they had a threesome was deflection, because they had,
Okay.
okay, so it was someone else I was watching. The fact that they even had a threesome was deflection
That's
from
a good point.
what was going on. Whether y'all had a threesome in the past or not, that has absolutely nothing to do with him going to the MGM with somebody on this day. So that was her kind of way to divert the audience from actually thinking about what actually happened, and now we're talking about their open marriage. I said they said that.
That's a very good point. Coco says she thinks she's the one that said that, and the girl, that's
That's true.
I never thought of it like that. That is a very good point.
That is a very good point. That's true tea there. That's true tea.
Hmm. So then here's my little shady behind. I said, he offers her some of his beer, and I wouldn't be drinking no beer after him. I'm sorry. I don't want to drink no beer after you.
You don't know what kind of pain residue was in that beer. Oh, I'm sorry. Ooh, that's the fireball talking.
She's
I'm
drinking.
sorry. Let me hush.
She's drinking. What is the, okay? Never mind. Now I'm gonna say something.
Ugh,
What is that
ugh.
stuff called? From guys when they have uncircumcised penis and they don't clean it. What's that stuff called?
Oh my goodness, I don't know. I only
You
deal
drinking that
with
stuff and everything.
I only deal with circumcised. I don't know what that
Me
means.
too, but it's the name for that stuff. Oh, all right, let me move on. I digress. I digress. So
Mm.
and he pretty much says that he was missing the fun that they were having, talking about the threesomes. He says that a lot of their relationship is about the baby and not sexual intimacy.
Okay, so let's be clear. Ooh, because this scene here, when I was watching this scene, I was on fire. I was on fire watching this scene. Okay, this scene was so good on so many levels, so many. This was my favorite. No, yeah, this was my favorite scene of the episode, and then Karen and Ray at the end was my second favorite scene. Okay.
Gizelle's daddy was my favorite scene at the end.
Oh, yeah. You know what? Yeah. Okay. Anyway, focus, Brittany, focus. Okay. So, so here's the thing. Damn it! I lost my train of thought.
I said that they lost the sexual intimacy.
Okay. Here's the thing. As a new mom, you know what I'm saying? I completely understand about you and your partner losing, losing y'all's connection because you're so worried about the child. However, there is no way for you to get your connection back with your partner if you're looking to a third party. That's just the bottom line. And the thing about it is, if that was truly how you felt, if you felt like, okay, first of all, we've seen that Ashley has had a torn booty hole. We've seen that she's going on these girl trips, and her hyper hover like helicopter mom ways about her baby. If you think that she is being like, if you think that y'all's relationship is being consumed by the baby, then you would get her mom to be the nanny for a night and y'all go on a date night, something like that. So to sit up here and try to blame y'all's lack of intimacy as the reason why you're out here with some stripper at the MGM, who you trying to fool, me or you?
My other question is, are we sure her booty hole was torn from the baby?
Girl, well, Karen asked her how much does she have to use her booty hole in her marriage.
All right,
I'm taking a sip. Look, you gonna make me get on camera so we can sip together, girl. Look.
I knew it was gonna be like this. So then Ashley brings up maybe them having negotiating a post-nuptial agreement. Then we see the clip from last year where they were, was it last year or 2 years ago, where they were renegotiating the prenup.
All right, so let me tell you something. Ashley, that's a cold piece of work there. That's a cold piece of work. The way she slid that in there. And see, I sat back, I rewinded it because I wanted to watch the facial expressions. Ashley's face. So before she slid in the prenup, right? If y'all was watching, drop down in the comments. If I'm wrong, I'm flying, and I ain't got no wings. Well, when they started talking about it, and he said, what did he say? He said something about the commitment to her, and she said, well, you didn't show that in her face. And then he said, yeah, you're right. And then that face slid into, well, wow, we're talking. How about a post-nuptial? It was like, and his face when she said it, it was like, oh, so you bringing this up on camera.
Now, if you remember when they had the conversation last time, he said he didn't want to talk about this on camera because she was trying to trap him into some stuff. He's like, I'm not going to negotiate this with you on camera. You trying to trap me into some stuff that I don't even know.
And that was the exact same face he had when this conversation happened. I said, Ashley, you a cold piece of work, bitch, and I like it. Yeah. I was for it.
Yes. So, yes, he says they'll look into it, but I say he looks very bothered.
Ooh. That was my favorite scene because
knew what she was doing and she did the right thing.
And so what it was, and then they went into the confession. She said, well, the post-nup is just making sure that everything is split off with no argument. Now, let me tell you what a post-nup is. I mean, yeah, that too. But what I guarantee you, in the post-nup, she's going to write, because she said, oh, we don't know. I don't know what's going to be in it yet. I'm just wanting to make sure you're open to it. If she's any kind of smart, and this is what Cardi B should have did, but that's another subject. She gonna put in there that if you take a sip, if you are found cheating again, I get X, Y, and Z.
That's what she said.
Because one thing about it, Michael is sloppy.
Absolutely.
Michael is sloppy. Now, she done secured that bag waiting 5 years. She's double secured that bag having that first baby. She tripled secured that bag with this post-nup. Now, she done fumbled a little bit with this second baby, but I ain't going to sit up here and say nothing about that. I'm done.
Listen, every baby is precious.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Yeah, let's move on.
I'm going to drop in the comments.
What? Yeah, okay, yeah, let me read some comments to catch up. But that's what we are. Because we're going to say some stuff that, you know what, I might have to cut out of this. There, Michael tore that hole up. Kia says, my booty is off limits, eating only, not inserting. Jenna says she flipped the switch. She needs to look out for herself. He really wants a man's booty. Sloppy. She triple secured the bag. How did she fumble? Deanna, it's like the second baby was very unnecessary. That's.
Oh my God, I'm sorry.
I just feel like she didn't really needed the one.
You only need, but you know what? She felt like her son needs a sibling.
But here's so here's the thing. You only get here. I don't, I've never been married. I don't have kids, but I watch a lot of celebrity gossip and I read divorce papers and stuff like this. So you get a certain amount of money for the kids up to 18 years. Having them so close together.
That's not true. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you like this.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you like this here. Just because I'm a child of divorce.
Okay.
And me and my sister are 5 years apart.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and my mama still gets a check from my father as far as like insurance, and there's ways. There's ways. My
Okay.
my sister is 25, almost 26 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So there are ways to get it past 18. 18 is the minimum.
Okay.
If the child goes to school, that's an extra 4 years right there. Obamacare has stretched some things out to 26. There are ways. Allegedly.
All right. Okay. Well, then maybe she is. Maybe I just don't think this
However,
is a good
I
idea.
just think about it, and I don't want to wish demise on their marriage. I really don't. I don't want to see marriages broken up. However, I just think about um what you are going to have to deal with potentially if you're a single mom, because the way things are looking and the way things are going, you know what I'm saying? Even and okay, let's be on the I'm gonna say the best case scenario. Michael's old, so he dies before you. So now you're sitting here with these two kids being a single mama by yourself. That's all I'm saying.
It seems like she's a bit of a single mom now, anyway.
Mm.
I
Mm.
just thought about something. I mean, y'all, I might be okay. I'm just go ahead and say it. Okay, so she's about 5 months pregnant now, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
So once the show wrapped and everything like that, how soon do they know about all the drama that's going to be portrayed? Has this second baby just been a way for them to cover up all the stuff?
Okay, so here's the thing. So we are aware. I'm just deductive reasoning. I remember when the fight happened. It was maybe what,
It was
November,
November.
November of last year. So we already know then that they had already filmed about Michael and his cheatation by November of last year. If she is 5 months, that means that she would have at least been pregnant by what, April?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And again, I said this on my review a couple weeks ago. I just find it ironic, or no, it wasn't a review. It was that live that only you and I think Deanna was on.
Yeah.
Only you and Deanna was on. I just find it ironic that she decided to announce it the same week that all of this drama's going on. Ashley has been trained by Olivia Pope, honey. She knows how to deflect. You deflect his cheatation with your threesome. You deflect this cheatation again with this baby announcement. She knows.
Those are just my thoughts because it's just so. Why would she get pregnant so soon again, if not to cover it up? That's what I'm
Hmm.
saying. I was just thinking, y'all.
Yes, Coco, it's very strategic. It's
Yeah,
very strategic.
and it's also kind of sad because you're doing this to a baby.
But you know what? What I think is, um, okay, you know what? Let me hush. Let me hush. I ain't gonna say it. Never mind. Never
Okay.
mind. Never
Okay.
mind.
So that was that scene. So then we have Gizelle and the girls going to the restaurant to check things out. So this scene was actually kind of boring, except we have the producer asking Gizelle how many kids does Jamal.
Okay, 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 okay. Let me tell you something. Oh, okay. I'm gonna let you. I'm sorry.
Real quickly, Giselle answers and she says she's not going to speak on that because it's inconsiderate to talk about them and their mothers. I was paying attention. She said
Mm-hmm.
plurally, plurally.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. She
And
said
I
that.
Googled.
That what she said. Okay, let me tell you something. Ooh, when I would watch that scene, honey, I sipped my drink. I took a deep gulp. I took a deep gulp because it's not inconsiderate to sit up here and talk about, to say how many children he has, to say how many children he has is not. We know he got three with you.
Uh-huh.
So if you say he got six, then he got six. You know what I'm saying? But then to say it's inconsiderate to the children, and I decided I'm not gonna. Oh, I just say I'm not gonna talk about the children or their mothers is inconsiderate to their mothers. It's inconsiderate to them. But you don't think it's inconsiderate to talk about this rumor between Monique and her husband and they three kids? Hello, Giselle. Pot. Hello, Pot.
Absolutely. That is a great point. And so when I Googled It says he has 5 kids.
Okay, I
But
said
then,
6. So.
her daddy said other stuff later, but we'll get to that when we get to that. So then Karen invites a therapist over to talk to her, and Ray, the therapist, asks if they're still intimate, and they both said they're not as intimate as they used to be. Ray said he used to get it up when the wind blows. Now he needs a hurricane.
Okay, I mean, but he's older. He's older. He's older. I'm not gonna lie. This scene really did hurt my feelings.
Oh my God. Yes. So then the therapist asked them what annoys them about each other. Ray says she doesn't like his snoring. And then Ray says that Karen is too busy nowadays, and he says he wants more attention and he wants her to cook more.
Okay, so I tell you, this here hurt. I'm sorry, this hurt my feelings on so many levels.
I felt so bad for Karen. And then she says she wants to be dated again. She wants him to court her. And the therapist asked Karen if she's in love with Ray. And she said, yes, she can't think of a day without him. And the therapist asked the same question of Ray. And he says he thinks he's in love with Karen. My heart dropped.
Dropped. So there's so many things to unpack about this particular scene, and from what I saw, especially as a married woman looking at it, and to sit up here at the end when he said, I think I'm in love with you. Like, you could see it in her face.
Yeah.
You could see it in her face.
Started getting emotional.
Because how do you sit up here and say that you think, like, okay, to say, oh, what annoys me is that you snore. What annoys me is that you don't cook as much as you used to when the kids were there. But then to say that you think that you love her after 23 years of marriage, that was hurtful. That was very, very hurtful.
Yeah.
I felt so sorry for Karen. Now, what I do believe is that these are normal ebbs and flows of a relationship, because there are times where you don't necessarily feel the love that you felt in the beginning. But for this, you could tell that this was Karen's first time hearing that.
Yeah.
And to not only this be your first time hearing it, but to be hearing it on camera was a whole nother level of hurt.
Stacy said it best. She says when Karen went up the stairs pissed and upset, she was like she couldn't breathe, and I felt that. And I think we all put ourselves in that, in that light, because a lot of us here, a lot of y'all are married in a long-term relationship. So if I don't even know what I would do if I would hear my partner say that they are not in love with me anymore, because they love each other, but he's like not in love, and that's like, to imagine my partner saying those words. I think we all felt that, and that's what makes me so emotional, because wow, you never expect to hear that come out of your partner's mouth, and then to hear it, and again, like you said, on camera, it's just like, wow, it was really hard to watch.
My daddy was sitting here watching it with me. My daddy was like, "Oh, he done made her come out her shoes."
Yeah, okay. I gotta go upstairs. I can't even deal.
Because when that was something that she was not ready to hear. She wanted to do this therapy. She knew that there was something off kilter about their relationship, but I don't think that she was really ready for him to be that honest. And yes, he was being honest. And he was like, well, at least I'm being honest. And that's true. However, that's not something that you want to hear. That's not something that she was prepared to hear, especially in front of this person. And for you to feel this way to this extent, that's not something that just happened. You've been feeling that way. And so for Karen to have to do these backdoor procedures in order for them to have some type of therapy, and this isn't even a therapist, for them to have this type of, some type of counseling or therapy, lets you know that he is not able to communicate his feelings effectively before this. And that's a problem. I felt all around sorry for Karen.
Me too. And like you said, for her to have to get to the point, I mean, I don't think you should be desperate to invite a therapist into your relationship. I think that's pretty normal. But Ray is old school,
right?
And they don't really like talking about their feelings and stuff like that. And Karen is just really trying to get down to the bottom of it, because I feel like she felt that something was going on with him in her heart. She just didn't know that that's what it was. And like I said before, I think he's holding a lot of resentment towards her. I think that's really what it comes down to.
I truly do believe that it's come to this point where they are stagnant, and you know he's a grumpy old man set in his ways
Yep.
and not necessarily ready and willing for the evolution of what their relationship is now, especially with Karen being this housewife, this reality star.
Yep.
They've been together for 23 years, so that means for at least what 17 of those years she was Mrs. Ray. Now he's Mr. Karen,
Yep. Yep.
you know?
I said the same thing. I 100% agree. He's not comfortable with her, the attention she's getting, and the money that she's getting. Because, was it 2 episodes ago, she said she put up half her money to help him get out of his tax issues.
Hmm.
He's holding that against her. I really do.
And you can tell, and that's when I don't know who it was that was saying they didn't feel like this was about a true storyline. When she was sitting up there taking them shots of Fireball, and she was talking about that stuff, I said no, she was dead serious about that. She was real about that, because a drunk man tell no tale, ain't that what they say? A
Yep.
drunk man tells no tales, and when she said that, you could tell that there is truly a disconnect in their relationship, and she wants to fix it. I think Ray is just at a point where he doesn't care to fix it, but he's not invested enough to leave.
Yeah, listen, he's old.
Mm-hmm.
Time to find a new lady, and this one is taking care of him to a certain extent. So why get another one? And like you said, Karen really speaks her mind when she's drinking. It happened last season with Katie when they had that, when she spoke out to Ashley saying, because she was a victim of abuse, and she said Michael is in the wrong and you need to make your man be accountable, because it was triggering for her. She only said that when she was drunk. Talking about those things, and then she admitted, I think the season before that, when she was drunk, that they were living in separate houses, her and Ray. So yeah,
and then let's not talk about the moments.
The moments.
Let's not even get on the moments, honey.
She says everything when she has liquor in her. She's definitely one of those people, and that's just how it is.
That scene to me was one of the realest scenes that we've seen this season from the Real Housewives of Potomac. It definitely was.
I agree. It was hard to watch. It really was. So final scene, y'all. Oh my God. We get Gizelle, her girls, her daddy, Jamal, coming to the opening of the revamped restaurant, which to me, it looked exactly the same, but maybe it was just food-wise. I digress. Jamal is giving his preacher speech. I'm like, oh my God, he's a preacher through and through. He's giving the opening speech. I'm like, somebody about to catch the Holy Ghost out here.
You say preacher, I say Augusta Pimp. But anywho, go ahead.
I had to take a sip. He's giving me the energy. I don't trust that man. I don't like him, and I never will.
I don't like his suit.
Even if I didn't
like his neck. I don't like his suit. I don't like his neck. I don't like his glasses. I don't like his hairline. Okay, go ahead.
I feel like even if I wouldn't have known all of this about Jamal, I'm very intuitive. So just his energy and his vibe, the way he's too smooth, and he's too it's too much, and I don't like that about him.
Just a pimp. I'm from Georgia. I can say it. I can say it.
I agree. Okay, Stacey said
Trump speech.
Not a Trump speech.
It felt like that, though. It did. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
They're putting all the girls to work. It's cute, trying to show them the value of $1. Blah blah blah.
So I look, my daddy was like, child labor law. Trying to get them children out their kitchen.
Period. So then Gizelle and the girls, they sit down, they have a dessert, they talk about stuff. Like we said before, Gizelle's daddy seems to be very okay with her and Jamal getting together. They're having dinner, and then the daddy gets up to go to the bathroom, y'all. And he's talking to the producers. He's like, let me take this mic off. He then says, my daughter's making a mistake. This man has like 6 or 7 baby mamas. She doesn't need to be with him.
Okay, so when they were sitting there at that table, he was not here for it at the table.
He was rolling his eyes.
He did not make any sort of eye contact towards that side of the table at all. And I know they say that things can be edited. There is no editing him not looking towards that side of the table at all when he spoke.
Not once.
At all. Me and my dad like, oh, he ain't here for this. I said, no, he ain't here for this.
I was
just like that. Put your hands back behind your head, just like that.
Girl, I was like, what the?
Just like that.
Girl, I was sweating. I said, oh my gosh, he just really gave it how he feels. And I had a feeling he was, because the way, even when she told him, he was like, okay, trying to be nice to his daughter, didn't want to make her feel any kind of way, but his face didn't. His face told it all that day during that scene. His eyes were going this and that away. He was not having it. And they also didn't really show any real conversations that he had with Jamal outside of the group and the girls. So that means they didn't talk at all outside of anything.
And so, and you know what? I'm just saying, going back to the point that we were making earlier, I recognize real. You get what I'm saying? Real recognize real.
You see what fuck going on?
Look, we see each other.
Yeah. Very true. Very true.
And Daddy was not here for it. And I agree with Daddy.
I was like, this is tea right here. I cannot believe her daddy just said all that. And he knew he still had his mic on.
I honestly don't think he did. I don't think he did.
Really?
I don't think Daddy understands, like, the production side of it. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't have a camera on him, so maybe Daddy was just like, whatever, just get this mic off of me. And so they could have been taking the mic off of him while he's saying all of this, and he's just not, like, aware. I don't think Daddy knew that all of that was going to actually make it to the show. I really don't. But everything he said, he doggone did.
He sure did. He sure did. That was crazy. I was like, Daddy said, I can't. He couldn't even fake it. He gotta go. I gotta get out of here. He couldn't even take it.
You got me sitting in this booth with this philanderer. And you want me to try to sit up here and act nice?
Oh my gosh, not the booth.
If this man in his 3-piece suit. I'm going to Atlanta tomorrow. Let me see if I can go to, what was the name of the restaurant?
I don't remember.
I'm going to look it up. I'm going to see if I can go to the restaurant tomorrow for lunch. I'm going to be in Atlanta tomorrow. Let me look it up.
Please
let me see if they open during the COVID. I'll put the money in the children's purse.
What the menu is.
I'll put some money in the children's purse. You think they got some bass? You think they got some Chilean sea bass?
No, that restaurant does not look like they have Chilean sea bass.
She said they got some lamb chops. I'll take some lamb.
They have lamb.
I like lamb. I'll take that.
Me too. All right, so then we get a preview for the next episode, and Monique wants to have everybody for a meeting at Karen's house to discuss what happened.
Okay, because I wasn't going to get on this. But I already know that your girl finna piss me off next episode.
Candiace?
No. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought your girl was Gizelle. Who girl? Is it Coco? Is Gizelle Coco girl? Who girl is it?
Oh, no. Gizelle ain't my girl.
Coco, was Gizelle your girl?
I did like Gizelle in the first few seasons, though.
One of y'all be up here. Capping, or what do young people say? Call it caping. One of you be up here caping for Gizelle. In my comment.
I'm not an advocate for Gizelle. I do enjoy her messiness. I have said that in the past. I do like how she keeps the drama going. That's how I liked Ashley also.
Her messiness is important to the show. However, I already see that next week she gonna make my ass itch. She gonna piss me off. She's gonna
tear your booty hole.
She is gonna tear my booty hole next episode. I feel it. Lash by Kia. I am from Macon, Georgia. Middle Georgia, the heart of Georgia is what they call us.
Oh yeah, Kia's from Georgia too.
Woo woo. Okay, Coco. Okay. You say she be wrong. That's all I'm saying. Next week.
I agree with Coco.
Next week, I already can tell that she gonna get on my nerves because, see, here's the thing. Gizelle has been waiting for a reason to be to like she needs a valid reason to dislike Monique. She's disliked Monique from the beginning, but there has not been a valid reason.
She can't stand Monique.
But now she has a valid reason to dislike her, and she is going to ride that bitch until the wheels fall off.
I agree. So then they also show Candiace declining to come to that meeting because she said she had already met with the lady separately. And then they show Candiace in a therapy session and her therapist asking her if she felt like she contributed to the fight at all. I'm very interested to hear what she says.
She don't think she contributed to the fight. We could see that from last week during Watch What Happens Live. I said what I said.
Really? Okay.
Yes. Yes. Did you watch What Happens Live last week?
Oh, I need to talk to you about that fire stick.
Okay.
We need to talk because
Okay. Okay. We'll get on that.
I buy all the seasons on Amazon Prime, so I only watch the shows. It's $20, $25 every year.
Look, let me tell y'all something. We all just need to get together. Don't nobody need cable. We just be sending stuff to each other. Cable for what?
Let me know. We can talk about it.
Look, but wait.
Talk about it.
Let me tell you something. Between my mama cable and YouTube, who needs it?
I'm trying to to my mama house always.
You say what?
My mom has cable too, but I don't be trying to drive to her house. I like to be in the comfort of my own home.
Who has to drive, honey? I can log. I know her passwords. I log into accounts. Okay, let me hush. I'm over here on the YouTube, honey. Let me be quiet when I'm talking about my hacking.
I know what you're trying to say, and I need to do that too. My mama she doesn't even know how to set up an online account for her cable child. So that would be I got to go over there and sit down and get the.
Let me tell you something. Between my mama and my daddy, I set things up for myself. They don't even know they got accounts that they got. Let me hush.
Okay.
Shoot, I didn't know I had accounts that I had when I was a kid. So
okay, I used to have a phone in my name and everything.
We even, as far as I'm concerned.
Because of y'all. If you ever had a cable or a phone bill in your name,
leave a like.
You ain't in the hood.
Okay, let me be quiet. Everybody sleep. I'm up here laughing and giggling. You silly. I blame you.
So then it shows a scene of the women at Monique's meeting, and Monique is again trying to place the blame on Candiace, saying the wine glass hit her first. Robin steps in and says that's an absolute lie. I'm telling y'all. Okay, Robin, like I said, I say this again and again. She just needs to be a friend of. She's bringing all the good tea lately. She's being kind of interesting, but not enough for her to be a full-time housewife.
She's less than Marlo to me.
Agree. Oh, Marlo needs to be a housewife.
Absolutely.
Marlo needs a peach.
So here's my thing, and this is why I say that Robin is Gizelle lapdog and everything like that. I'm just interested to see how things are going to go next week. I think the only person that will be on Monique's side is Karen. I think that, again, we already said Gizelle has been waiting on a reason, so now she has one. Robin is going to be on that dick. And then Wendy, to me, seems very much so passionate about this situation, more passionate than I need you to be, especially since, again, 3 weeks ago, you was on Ashley's neck. And if Ashley was someone who was raised in the hood and had hood in her back pocket, it could have been the same situation between them two.
Okay, here's my thing about Wendy and Monique. I feel like Monique has a bad taste in her mouth about Wendy because that's Candiace's friend.
That could be valid.
Monique was given a lot of side shade in her confessionals about Wendy when they had that fight with Ashley. Like, why did you even come?
No, I don't think that was side shade. Okay. I'm gonna say this. I don't think that's side shade because it's a fact. If you're going to complain this much about coming, then don't come. It's the same thing about, you watch Beverly Hills, right?
Of course.
Okay. So when Teddy was like, if y'all don't want to come to my little event, look.
She's fired, by the way.
I saw. We ain't talking about that. Don't get me sidetracked. But it's the same thing. Just like Teddy said, if you don't want to come, then don't come. I think Monique was coming from that same place in it. Because if you have this much animosity or this much, feelings about coming, you didn't have to come. You came because you wanted to be on the show.
Good point.
Now, while I agree with that statement, I also call out Monique in the next episode or in this past episode where she talked about how tired she was because she was a mom. This is at the beginning of her and Candiace getting into it. And she was like, well, you wouldn't understand because you're not a mom and you don't understand how much it took for me to get into that. Again, then you ain't had to invite them heifers to your house.
True.
So I think that's just where she was coming from with that. I don't think that any additional shade was thrown at Wendy.
Mm-hmm.
I just think she was just making the point you didn't have to come if you felt like it was this hard.
I just get the feeling that she doesn't like Wendy because of Candiace. That's just my feeling.
I thought that she was very open to Wendy in the beginning, like, oh, we have babies around the same age. We are around the same age. I thought that she did welcome Wendy with open arms to begin with.
But maybe she saw how close Candiace and Wendy are. I know they're not super close, but I don't know. It just seems like every time Candiace comes to work, she brings Wendy. So I'm thinking, I don't know. My mind is just kind of going. And Wendy walked in with Candiace at the barn, wherever they were for that wine tasting.
But, at the end of the day, when you are bringing a new housewife in, a new housewife has a quote-unquote friend that introduces them, even if it's not necessarily a genuine friend. I ain't trying to be funny, but do you really think that Candiace and Wendy run in the same circles on a day-to-day basis?
No.
So Wendy is being introduced to this show via, Candiace. Not like I don't think that they are like just as cool as they kind of portray to be on the show. I don't.
I agree because they also did the same thing with Ashley and Candiace.
Right.
They think that they were pageant friends and
Exactly.
they each other.
Exactly. Meanwhile, they shade each other every doggone confessional. They don't like each other.
Yeah, I'm just very interested to find out what is Monique's beef, or what is, I don't want to say beef. She has a distaste or a disdain for Wendy. I can see it. That's what I'm picking up. That might just be me.
I reserve my opinion. I'm gonna hold out.
Them is like I'm watching them.
I'm gonna reserve and hold my opinion to the end of the season. The jury is still out over here.
All right. So then Wendy says that looking at Monique at that meeting in the next episode, she says, I can tell you're not remorseful at all. And Monique said, at this time, I'm not.
I loved it.
I like that too.
Yes.
She said, I said what I said.
Yes. And that is why. But I did not watch the live, but I did get a recap of the live. Y'all know normally I'll sit there, I'll watch the lives, I'll record them, post them on the YouTube. Anywho, I did not watch the live after last week or this week, technically, because I was coming on here to talk. But afterwards, she did say that she saw her fault in what happened. She has since, according to what I've seen in the blogs, last week, she did say that she saw where she was wrong and that, she was not 100% in her actions. So I appreciate that. I appreciate the double down afterward. Don't apologize until you feel like you're wrong.
You should only apologize when you absolutely feel it. And Coco actually sent me something before we got on live. Monique made a post saying, put your thoughts and comments down on this post, because she said that they're not allowed to go live anymore.
Really?
Yeah. It's on Monique's newest post from tonight. On Instagram.
I'm looking now. Hold on. I'm looking now.
I don't know. It wasn't in the main part. I think it was somewhere in the comments. She said because she's not allowed to go live anymore.
Because she was the only one. I'm gonna be clear. I don't follow all of them. But I do follow her, Ashley, Candiace, Karen. I think I follow Robin, but Robin never posts shit. I don't follow.
Your posts are just as boring as she does. Because of my podcast, I follow every housewife. So
right, I don't follow. Gizelle is the only one I don't follow because I couldn't remember how to spell her name, and I ain't feel like going out of my way to figure it out. Oh, Anywho,
I'm dead. With a Z.
but Monique was the only person that did go live after every episode.
And I think that's what got her in trouble because we now know about the trainer T, and now we know that before they filmed some scenes, she already knew about it. So I would see that as incentive of them telling her not to go live anymore because she's giving out too much tea.
Oh, I'm looking at it now. It says, "Here y'all go." It's just a random picture of her. She looks pretty. Okay, great. It says, "Post your thoughts here about the show and tonight's episode. No hate under my family pick, please." Heart emoji. Feel free to go off. Hand up emoji. I don't limit my comments. Block unless you're super disrespectful or delete comments. Keep it cute and speak your mind.
Coco said somewhere under that post, it might have been in a comment something she mentioned that they're not allowed to go live anymore.
Okay, I'm looking.
I have to look for it because I couldn't find it.
I'm looking, child. You know I'll be looking.
All right.
Okay. So bougie oogie oogie or boogie oogie oogie. Oh, that's how it
Okay.
is.
Boogie.
Boogie oogie oogie says, "You usually go live. You running away from this one. It'll pass over." Giselle talking about a stereotype. Well, her dad put her whole family in the baby mama tank. Ooh. Monique responds, "We aren't allowed to talk on IG Live about the series anymore. It's
Okay.
been that way for weeks now."
Okay.
And I will say that I have been watching Monique's lives after the show. And the last time that she spoke about the show and what happened was the week, let me think, the week that Wendy was going off at the cabin.
Mm-hmm.
That was the last live that I watched
Oh,
from
okay.
her. And she did not speak about the cabin. She said, "I'm not allowed to say anything about it," is what she said.
Wow.
So I thought that she was saying that she wasn't allowed to say anything about it because it was a to be continued
Mm-hmm.
episode. But
Sweet.
mhm.
That
Mhm.
has to hurt her a little bit. I don't listen to her podcast, but having a podcast and being a housewife, I mean the good part about that is you would get the clicks and the listens because you're a housewife and you're giving your thing. I don't listen to her podcast, so I honestly don't know what she talks about on the podcast. But if you're able to get the podcast up the night of or the night before
Well,
about the episode,
according to the post, she says we're not allowed to talk about it on IG Live. So I assume that means she can still talk about it on her podcast.
well,
I'm not gonna lie.
I'm gonna bite the bullet and listen to her on
I,
the boring ass
I'm
podcast.
not gonna lie. I like Monique, but I ain't listened to the podcast.
I'm
I'm
I'll
not. I
sacrifice.
have not. I have not been that invested to actually listen to the podcast.
I
But
will volunteer as tribute.
okay, me and you both throw them three fingers up. We'll listen to it.
Yeah. I volunteer as tribute. All right, that looks different. You know what? Never mind.
I'll listen to it,
All
but
right,
she said they're not allowed to go on IG Live.
because I
Mhm.
feel like about like a lot of mom stuff and
But
stuff.
I think the reason that they did that is because like we've never talked about Potomac to this level. Like, I mean, I just kind of met y'all on the YouTube, but like my regular folks that be watching the Ratchet TV, we don't talk about Potomac to this level. But something about this season and the backstory that we've been getting from IG has made us really like get invested into the story.
Yeah.
And it's because they've been going on IG Live.
Yeah, I think a lot of the drama this season, and it's just, like I've been talking about Housewives my whole life. I just started to do my podcast, and you see, I fell off talking about Beverly Hills and OC because it just really wasn't giving it to me like Potomac is. There's just something about this season that I just have to talk about, and it makes me a little bit nervous for the future because I do plan on recapping. Oh my gosh, OC in Salt Lake City, and I can't even. I'm already like. My stomach is hurting thinking about OC. Salt Lake City, I'm excited about. Did you hear about the tea with Salt Lake City?
No, tell me.
Is a girl, woman. There's a woman on there. I want to say she's black. There's some sort of melanin in her.
Okay.
Her last name is Cosby, and part of her storyline is in order to preserve or keep a family business in the family, she had to marry her grandmother's dead
I
husband.
I did. Well, I didn't know why. I heard something about grandmother's husband.
She
eh,
married her granddaddy.
Yeah, yeah. I did hear something about like step granddaddy or something
Mhm.
like. I did hear that, but I didn't dive into the storyline. Okay, tell me
I'm
now.
very excited to talk about Salt Lake City. OC, I'm already like drained even thinking about it, but I'm gonna give it a shot. I don't know how I can't promise y'all recaps on OC like this, but Salt Lake City for sure.
Yeah, I'll give it a chance. I'll give it a chance.
Yeah, it should be very. I think it comes out sometime in November, so y'all look out for that. I want to say November 11th. That's the number I have in my head, but I could be very wrong. It's in November definitely.
Okay, so we are on episode 8 of Potomac. How many
This is
episodes?
9 episode.
9. How
Mm-hmm.
many episodes do you think we're gonna get this season?
Ooh. What do we usually get? Like 16 or 17?
I don't know about Potomac. I know with Atlanta, if you include reunions,
I'm about to
we
check right
we
now.
get about 23 or 24. So I don't know how many we get with
I'm
Potomac.
checking right now on Google because they have like projected episodes. They just don't have let me see what they're telling us that we're gonna get this year. I'm very excited. Yeah. So speaking of, while I'm looking this up, I'm going to go ahead and talk about the rest of the recap. So, all you can definitely tell that all the women are not Team Monique, like you said. The only person that's going to be on Monique's side is Karen, and even then, Karen is really
Neutral.
exactly. So it's not like she's going to get very much. Um, she's not going to get very much support, and she's crying. Yeah, Karen is staying neutral. Monique and then it looks like Monique and Wendy get into a little bit of a scuffle. Did you see that?
Hmm.
So I'm excited to see that too, because like you said, Wendy is preaching about, being an elevated black woman, but it looks like she's going to be she likes to argue. I think there's a lot more to be seen with Wendy. I think there's a lot more to her that we are not quite finding out. Remember all the interesting stuff with her family?
I think that this is her. I mean, it's the first season. It's very hard to come into these type of shows after having an established cast and coming in as your first season.
Do you think she fits in well?
Um, I think she does okay for Potomac. Would she fit in with Atlanta? Hell no. Um,
Mm,
but for Potomac, I think that she's doing okay because at the end of the day she gave us a little bit of a rowdiness with Ashley, but then a couple episodes later we did kind of get to soften our hearts with her, and see her and her family. So I think that she's trying to integrate herself into it, but I'm not all the way sold on Wendy yet.
yeah. I'm keeping my opinions.
Jury's still out.
Yeah, I did like Wendy at first, but now I'm
Right.
kinda starting to see a little bit that it's not really what she was selling in the beginning. There's something that we got to know. I'm
I'm
okay.
gonna say this too. I just feel like if you are as decorated as you are saying, and you got 4 degrees, and that's amazing, and you are a John Hopkins eh, uh, um, professor, and that's amazing. You're a CNN correspondent, that's amazing. Why did you decide to join the Real Housewives of Potomac? And
There's something wrong with everybody that signs up for these shows.
no one in their right mind is joining the Real Housewives. No, is that rude? I know
No,
I
I 100% agree.
like, cause I know I sit here and I watch every single, Real Housewives and Love and Hip Hop and all this stuff. But if you join it, it makes me look at you like it gives me a side eye. All of these accolades that you have are now diminished because you decided to join this reality TV cast, which means that there's something in you that does not feel like you have that you are as high as you think you are or that you say you are. You get what I'm saying? You're
I
trying to get this type
100%
of
agree.
status.
Not only do I understand what you're saying, I agree wholeheartedly with what you're saying because, like I said, we start off loving or hating certain housewives, and then as you watch them go on the show and you watch them throughout the years, your opinions change so much, and you're like, this is not the person that I thought I was watching. That is why I want y'all to go back and watch Beverly Hills. So it says, yes, I've never seen people talk about Potomac this much. There's a housewife franchise in Salt Lake City, Utah. Yes, it's brand new and it's starting off. Kia, I watch every housewives franchise. I've watched Auckland. I've watched Vancouver. I've watched DC,
Oh,
Miami.
you been on it, girl, honey.
I
Cause
watch everything.
I ain't start watching Housewives till they got black.
No, I watched.
And
I started off when I was like in high school, maybe even earlier than that with OC. I started off episode 1, season 1, the original OG franchise. I'm so addicted to reality TV that I watch everything, especially when it's Bravo related. I even watch Below Deck now.
not Below Deck.
I watch Below Deck. I do.
I ain't gonna lie. I ain't that committed.
I watch.
Even though I am a reality TV is my guilty pleasure. There are a few that I just don't know. I don't know a bunch of the house. I do Atlanta. I can do Atlanta from top to bottom, back and forth, up
Yeah.
and down. I can do Potomac and Beverly Hills again. I just got into like a few seasons ago. I've never seen any of the other ones.
Oh yeah, I watch everything, y'all. Especially when it's Housewives. I don't think there's. I think somebody mentioned one that was in Canada that I haven't seen, but I did watch the Vancouver one. But there's another one somebody mentioned to me that I did not see, but I will find it and I will watch it. I highly recommend anybody watch Vancouver. They actually scrubbed it from the. You gotta really search for it because it is so controversial. Vancouver. It was 2 seasons. Very racist. Very anti-Semitic. Very.
Really?
Yeah, Vancouver was, ooh, y'all. Vancouver was so good. Yeah,
You made me want to watch it. I'm about to go find it.
yeah. I'm gonna try to see if I can find it for you and send you the link where I saw it. I want to say I saw it on what's that one website? I think it starts with a B. I'll find it. Daily Dish or something. Not Daily Dish. Whatever. I'll try to find it and I'll send it to you because it's online somewhere. It's only 2 seasons and oh my gosh, it was so good. And I understand why they canceled it because it was so problematic. Yeah, Vancouver. Yes, Key, I watched them all, honey. I love it all. Finally, they show. Yeah, so finally they see Gizelle saying that she doesn't seeing the way Monique behaves, like you said, this is what going to what you said, seeing the way Monique behaves makes her feel like she doesn't want to be around her, and then Monique is crying and saying that maybe I don't need to be a part of this anymore. So that's the recap for the previous episode, and that is the recap for this episode. So what are your final thoughts on this overall episode? Do you think this was a good episode? Do you think it was a lot of filler? How do you feel about the episode overall?
I'm glad that to me this was not a filler episode. I actually really enjoyed this episode. We had been having a bunch of filler, so I'm glad to see a non-filler episode. I think that we got a lot of meat and potatoes. I love to see Ashley sitting up here being the cutthroat woman that we know that she is and why that she's there. I enjoyed watching the dynamic between Karen and Ray, and it did really make me feel for her. Also, I respect Monique for doubling down, sinking her heels in the sand, and being like, "Baby, I said what I said. I snatched what I snatched, and I meant it." Also, with when it comes to Giselle, I do respect that she wanted to separate her kids from her relationship with Jamal. I do like that Jamal did get them a business, although it's a restaurant business. So how much longevity do you really expect that to have, especially in Atlanta? But let me not be cynical. Um, and I loved watching her daddy be like, "I ain't for this bullshit. Look, I ain't for it." And Robin, she was there.
Okay, I agree. I really love this episode as well. I agree with you. There was very little filler to this episode. Every scene had a little gem of tea in it, which I really liked. Like you said, I really like Giselle's daddy being hella shady. I like the scene with Ashley and Michael. I like that Giselle dropped the other tea about Jamal being cheating throughout the engagement and even what we probably know was beforehand. Um, what else? Let me see. I'm scrolling. Chris clearly knowing Monique was in the wrong. I already, when I was trying to post the promo for this episode, I already saw a bunch of memes. Somebody said Chris had a look on his face looking like I don't want to get too crunk with her. She might beat my ass too. Talking about Chris. They already started with the memes. Yeah, Giselle's daddy actually, yeah. I agree. Very good scene. The Karen and Ray scene broke my heart. It really did. I really want to know more about. I'm very interested to what you said about Gizelle and Jamal possibly being a storyline. Like that is a very good insight prediction type of a.
I'm just saying.
Now you're looking at it a different way now.
You better put your good eye on it.
Okay. Now I'm looking at it differently. All right. I'm going to read a few comments here. Yes, Key asked me, do I watch all of them? Yes, Key, I watch every single franchise. Every Housewives franchise. I have to. I'm so nosy. She says they have to do and say things they don't want to. Meaning who? Rajira's mom says, I'm here listening now. I have to get up in 4 hours. Oh my gosh, girl, I appreciate you. I have to get up for work too, but not in 4 hours. I have to be up by like 7:30, but child, I do this all the time. Oh, she says they want recognition, somewhat fame. I agree with that because they always say, a lot of rich people, they have all the money and everything, but the one thing they can't buy is fame. So I think that's why a lot of
boo, give me the coinage. You ain't got to know me from a man in the moon. Give me the coinage.
I'd rather be rich and like incognito so I can spend my money in peace and not have everybody watching my every move.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather not. She said, that's too much. I only watch Atlanta. The memes, I love the memes. I even started making a few of my own memes. I'm just a little behind, but I'm gonna make some more memes tomorrow, so y'all look out for those. I used to watch Married to Medicine. I just started watching Married to Medicine. I just started. I'm on season 2. It's on Peacock. If anybody has, I know. I just started. I know. I'm on season 2.
When you are ready to talk, you let me know.
Okay, period. We'll do a Married to Medicine podcast. Absolutely, I would love to do that. I have to get caught up because I've only seen the first season. So.
At this point, who is your favorite?
Okay. Oof, I don't really know if I have a favorite. I'll go ahead. I guess Quad. I like Quad's upfrontness, but Mariah gets on my nerves. Dr. Jackie, I understand her wholeheartedness, but she's aggravating and boring to me. Simone is cool. That white lady, I'm sure she's going to be gone soon because I haven't seen her. I've seen some episodes. I know that lady leaves. Who else? That's all I can think of off the top of my head right now. So I guess you could say Quad. I guess I'm saying it very loosely.
Okay, well, all I'm going to say is that you realize that Mariah is in a battle with Bravo as we speak over the show.
Really?
Yes. So the show was created by Mariah. She was the executive producer, not a vanity title. She actually shot and piloted the show and shopped it around. And she shopped it to purveyors of pop, who were the people that picked it up. And in this upcoming season, they did not give her a contract. She will not be on the show.
Really? I didn't know any of that.
They have a, kind of like, I don't want to say blackballed, but they kind of like, blackballed her from the show. And she is allegedly suing POP and Bravo because they have not treated her correctly. She thinks it's partly because she's a woman of color and partly because she is a Muslim woman.
That is good to know. Now I'm going to be on the lookout. Rajir's mom said quad. She said, Lord, that will change. Okay, I've only seen season 1, y'all. Don't do me right now.
Rashira's mom, don't do that. I like quad.
Don't do me right now. She said that will change.
Don't do that. I like quad. Again, quad to me, quad for Married to Medicine is my Monique. I like them. I still think that they do wrong. I still think that wrong is done. I don't wholeheartedly blindly follow them and be like, oh, I stand. Quad be wrong a lot, but I still like her.
Yeah, I don't know too much yet. I'm still, like I said, I'm just now starting season 2, so I'll give my opinions like you said once I'm caught up. Well, I'm watching on Peacock, so whatever's on Peacock, child, I'll watch those. And like I said, we're gonna talk about the Fire Stick situation, so I can get caught up. I'm a binger, so when I see something I like, I will watch it like all day long. So while I do my work and stuff, so I'm definitely here to talk about Married to Medicine once I get a little bit more into it. Silky says she watched from the beginning. Oh, see, me too. I've been watching Housewives for 13, 14 years now. So yeah, I automatically will watch whatever they give me. I mean, I'm even still going to watch Dallas, which is terrible, but I have to watch, y'all. I have to.
Nah, it's terrible.
Yeah, Dallas is awful. They need all new women. And I feel like Dallas, Texas, they need some Black people in there. They need some Spanish people. I mean, they do have the one lady, Carrie. She's Mexican, but she ain't doing it for me.
Especially in Dallas, you gotta have some Mexican women.
Exactly. She's Mexican, but I don't know. She really ain't bringing the tea, like the drama, like I like. She's cool, but I hope they really spice up Dallas and add some new housewives, especially like women of color. And like you said, it was all white women. So it's just, Quad thinks she's Phaedra's sister. What? She said Dallas is boring like Robin.
Like Robin. I mean, because Robin is pretty boring.
Robin is very boring. I don't understand how they don't drop her down to a friend of. Okay, so how do you feel? I'm going to talk about a little bit of drama with other housewives, and then we're going to get off here, y'all. It's almost 2:00 in the morning. How did you feel about? I don't know. You said you watched Beverly Hills, so how do you feel about Teddy getting fired?
Bye.
Agreed. Did you hear about the drama with her business?
You said what now?
Did you hear about the drama with her business?
No, what happened?
So you know how she's an accountability coach and she has this business where she helps women lose weight and stuff.
Yes.
So apparently she has everybody that signs onto her program, they have to sign an NDA. Because apparently she's only having people eat 500 calories a day and they have to send pictures of their food to her.
Oh, no, that's a bit. Okay, here's the thing. We are aware that Teddy, she's been open about at one point having an eating disorder.
And she was very overweight.
And, being obese and things like that. So I did not know anything about this particular part of her business. But just looking at Teddy on the show, I would not want her to be my accountability coach.
No.
Also, I didn't know that was a job.
She made it up. I had never heard of that in my life. And I'm sure a lot of people haven't until we met Teddy. Like, so what do you mean? So people just basically have to send everything in and you yell at them. Wake up, work out, show me your food. Don't eat that, eat that. That's literally your job. I can do that too. Shit.
I'm just saying, but also I will not miss her. I'm tired of you and Kyle's lesbian relationship. Just bump boobies and keep it moving.
Speaking of Kyle, I have some new tea. I'm actually going to send you this Instagram page I follow. It's real people's accounts and interactions with celebrities, and they just give tea. The girl says she only vets some of them. So some of the stuff is true and some of it might not be true, but she tries for the most part to make sure that is true. You have celebrities writing in. You have their managers and assistants writing in to confirm or deny the stories, but it's really real life people saying, I saw this person here. They didn't tip me a lot of money. I saw this lady chain smoking. I saw this man out with this woman, like blah, 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 blah. So basically the new tea is that Kyle is getting ready to divorce Mauricio. The reason they are talking about bringing Kathy on next season to help Kyle be strong going through her divorce with Mauricio. So that is new tea.
No.
That's word on the street. Now, again, this is allegedly, like you, allegedly.
Look, put up the
Allegedly.
No.
Yeah, that's what's coming down the pipelines. And they also say, I know you don't watch OC, but if anybody does, Bronwyn is also set to divorce her husband coming up, which is so interesting because there are a couple that are very open with having threesomes and being super sexy.
I done already told y'all about them threesomes.
So yeah, so that's another divorce allegedly coming down the pipelines. I gotta send you this page. You have to request because it's private, but child, they accept everybody.
Girl, send it to me. But I done told y'all about them threesomes. Listen here. Listen to you open Pandora's box and your man gonna be opening Pandora's box without you. That's all I'm gonna say.
They do all the time.
Look, okay.
No man.
Allegedly. Anywho.
Yes. So anyway, y'all, that wraps up this episode of Potomac Bee. I want to thank you so much for being my guest. You are, full of knowledge and insight, and I'm always here to listen to you, and you know that.
Thank you. I enjoy being on here. You know I love being silly, child.
Girl, and I love it. And I will put Bee's Instagram and her YouTube and all of her information down in the description box. Y'all, please follow her. You will not regret it. Trust me.
Thank you.
A great follow. I want to thank everybody for joining me. This has been an episode of Now We've Said It, and I will see y'all next week. Bye.
Peace.
Thank you.